Welcome back to VCT Americas, where, would you believe it, from down 12-6, we are going to map 3, and it all comes down to cryo. It's a cryo diff.
My heart.
Yeah, my heart.
My heart.
The crowd is the loudest I've ever heard them in this arena, absolutely popping off for the overtime win there for 100 to force a third map.
I mean, it's just unbelievable what they managed to pull off in that game. It's on the defensive side where they've looked so rough in the past on Pearl, but they rally in such a big way here to pull things back. And I think what's incredible too is it's right after MiBR just had done the same streak to them. It was 7 rounds in a row for MiBR. Then after the second half switched over, 100 Thieves absolutely took over. And these last few rounds in particular were stunning. I mean, like the call with the Seekers to full push, they were doing some crazy things towards the end of that game.
I mean, when that comeback started, Mimi, 100 Thieves rounds came from both pistols, the following ecos, and like the next gun round maybe on the first half.
Yeah.
That was all of their rounds. There was zero hope for anyone watching this game for 100 Thieves. But something happened. Cryo just took over the game and got them through a few rounds. And once that happened, once the comeback was possible, all of the players started showing up.
Yeah, everyone showed up. Derek in particular, anchoring towards his B site was exceptional. Stellar in so many of the retakes, having these big moments. And I mean, just look at that individual performance from Cryo. We've been waiting all season. We'd be like, hey, Cryo's here. He's back to his old form. Yeah. But this is like above and beyond what we could have ever expected from this guy.
Dude was
single-handedly kept them in it.
Ripping off heads while 100 Thieves was ripping off rounds. 8 in a row to close that one out. 33 kills across this map for Cryo ties our VCT Americas record set by Ospas against 100 Thieves back on Split in week 6. It was 33 kills apiece, but guess what? Cryo one-upped him. He did it in 26 rounds to Ospas's 28. What a performance!
To close it out with an ace, too.
And an ace to close it out.
Mr. 4K, bumping up to the ace.
He's incredible, but what a position does this put MiBR in now? Because they were on the precipice of doing something amazing, stomping 100 Thieves in 2 maps, pulling off a crazy upset, securing playoffs for EG. And now they're in this spot where it feels like they're returning back to the issues we've seen, where they lose a round and the mental just crumbles and it snowballs out of control.
And by the same token, Sean, as we move to Lotus, map number 3 in this one, the decider, I mean, for 100 Thieves, man, they have all the momentum. There's no way that you're not just shaking with energy after hearing the crowd erupt as you exit the stage to prep for this third and final map.
Yeah, and previously on Lotus, I mean, out of everyone, I was very critical of 100 Thieves. They weren't running the double controller comp, but we saw them last time they played Lotus against Leviathan. They ran it for the first time, the Viper Omen, and man, did it look really good. It was the best 100 Thieves have looked on Lotus. On the other hand, MiBR, their last 2 Lotus games have combined them for a total of 6 rounds, 0 defensive rounds in those outings.
And they're also yet to play it with Chosen. So this is another map where they're going to have to reintroduce his substitute, figure out what they want to do with this composition. And thus far in the maps where JCC has played Raze, he struggled last week with that. And the mental really is what I'm looking at. Can they recover from 8 rounds in a row to let that map slip them by? And looking at the compositions, it seems like we are returning to expectation. 100 Thieves will go back to that double controller jet composition.
Neon.
And MiBR actually make a last-second little pivot there for JCC on the Neon.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I mean, we've seen the Neon work really well when we watch Leaf. Is there any inspiration that JCC is taking away from Leaf?
There might be. And on top of that, his performance on map 1 with the Neon was incredible. He looked so comfortable on the Agent. It's a great comp on this map. I really like the change for MiBR.
Yeah, we'll see if the change is enough to put him over the edge. We had Sean do a brilliant telestrator around Leaf's usage of that Neon in the past. We'll see if they've learned anything from Cloud9's success on Lotus. This is it, though. Our final map of the stage. 100 Thieves need a win to secure a playoff spot. Let's send it back to Brendan Sideshow for the call.
Thank you very much, guys. What a way to finish it. The final map of our season here. I mean, what a way to start this, man. I mean, I'm speechless at the implications of all of it. Yeah. Seriously. 100 Thieves have a chance to really hold destiny within their own hands. Not a lot of teams have had that luxury, but they brought it back from the brink in map number 2. And here we stand on Lotus.
And this is a wild map. MiBR looked really good at this, actually, at the beginning of the year. And then, as Sean was detailing, their last 2 outings have been destruction at the hands of Cloud9 and EG. But they've changed the comp up. And I'm looking towards JCZ. He looked awesome at Neon. It added so much pace on Fracture. And then couldn't really find his footing in the Jet head-to-head, although I'm not gonna give him too much crap for that when he was up against Cryo.
Yeah, that's a hard task. Maybe that has something to do with the switch up here. Off the contact. Paranoia, the stun misses though.
It's a good cancel, actually, though, from RGL and JCZ. They decide not to fight it.
There's 100 Thieves who are jumping right on the chance. Through the connector. Snakebite. Can't stand the ground there. It feels like they're threatening towards the B hit. Now moving in another direction. Murray's still waiting there, holding his own. Snakebite. Molly might be enough to push them back. Quick pivot. That random spam.
It's a lot of damage.
A lot of damage. I don't think Asuna has a heal as well to top them back up. It could be a difference maker. Swarming now into the A site. Pistol round. Comes down to that. Comes down to winning these fights. Morris still alive in the action. Not for much longer. Asuna. The trade is there. And so is Cryo. Hitting the shots. Precision being the name of the game. They're weak enough though. RGL Meister. A chance. Chosen's still with him. And it's turned just like that. Asuna. Who wanted to force the fight. Expecting the swing. Expecting the trade. Here's the footsteps. Wants an easy one. Isolating it. Finds that. Holds it. Shots. Precision not there. So Chosen steps up to the task. And he's won this pistol round for him.
It's all that prior damage. The right clicks were doing a ton of work from Murray's and RGL. And the right clicks weren't just landing on heads, they were also just chipping down players that had taken spam from frenzies and chip damage from snake bites earlier on in the round. 100 Thieves had a situation there where they really, it looked like it was winnable for them. Couldn't quite drag it across the line. And so a pistol round. These pistols have dictated, I felt like, so much of the influence of the game. But there was no accounting for the crazy streak of rounds on Pearl that we saw.
We didn't see much of MiBR's Lotus as well the last time it was played on the defensive side.
No, in fact, as Sean was saying, the last 2 matches they combined for 0 defensive rounds, so they've already beaten that.
Yeah, the record cracked, so good start for MiBR. And the Neon like that as well after you lose that string of rounds in the previous map.
You're absolutely correct. In terms of the mental battle, of just keeping yourself in it, it's great to start off on such a good foot.
Toxin screen down.
All this ground has been given to 100 Thieves just to farm up the ults. The orbs as well. Trusting RGL as well. To lock down A ruins. Oh, okay.
Good from JCZ to cover that because the flash was giving poor information. How does FRZ support RGL Meister here?
He's got backup.
Toxin screen there.
Swinging out, they see the body. They know, call's made. There it is. Spraying it through. Spectre, lots of damage done. 2 kills.
There.
But I like that from FRZ. He backs up with only 20 health, not allowing himself to get traded by one of the players with the Bulldog or the Classic. Just keeping numbers up.
Slowed down enough now. Bulldog for Derek. The angle, here's the footsteps, but doesn't win out his fight. A lot of time remaining.
10 seconds left.
And a nice cleanup. Well done, and I think has already shown us that MiBR have a decent understanding of how they want to play this composition. JCZ's been very mobile around the map, you know, fighting A early in order to get RGL into position on top of Rubble, then goes back, covers B, and watches FRZ. And that little trio, you've got to pay attention to. Of the Neon with the Sky and the Omen, because that's going to be your aggressive component on A, on C, whenever they go for that, you know, slightly more proactive defense. And here they go again, that same trio looking to contest Stellar over towards Rubble.
It's a nice opening. You can see them actually firing off the stun onto the other side of Ruins, just in case the Omen, bang that is, tried to TP to the other side. They get control of that one, but 100 Thieves now. Trailblazer to clear through. There's a Paranoia vulnerable up, spammed as well. Cryo doesn't know where to look.
That's a disgusting Killjoy setup, isn't it? Yeah. One of the nanoswarms on top of the box.
It just sows chaos within the ranks. Maybe they can answer it back. That's just off onto that mountain position. Glide to the side, JCZ. Somebody was holding that one. This is looking awkward, isn't it? All over the place. Rifles, though, starting to ring true. Barreling their way through. Maybe brute force is the play.
Chosen's picked up a Vandal. They know which direction he should be roughly coming from. Especially now.
Yeah, chance. Chosen. Damage has already been done to this one. Doubled up for 100 Thieves. Now he knows both of them there. No way! What a unbelievable! 4 kills, converting the bonus.
What a fantastic performance from Chosen. Remember, this guy's a sub. He's only played one other match in the split. And prior to that, had months away from playing in Pro Valorant. And was a smokes player prior to that too, primarily. He's 5-0 to start. And what I love about this play, I mean, not only is his killjoy setup decent, we'll take another look at how he's positioning that, because Cryo looked like he didn't quite get it. But the clutch towards the end is anticipation of the double stack. Look how he does that tiny jiggle on the corner to bait out the spam and then wide swings back into them. He played that situation to perfection.
This is an amazing beginning. 3-round lead. It's already been mentioned, the defense side of MiBR has been looking tragic on this map, but it's a great start, a great beginning. Knocking 100 Thieves now down to the half buy.
And the neon compositions globally have been having a huge amount of success on Lotus. Every region has been finding wins by using this composition. And MiBR with JZZ showing why they can be so dynamic with the areas on the map that they play. Cryo's got Sheriff in hand, activates the dash.
Yeah, breaks it up, so dashes forwards now.
Ooh, he's still feeling it.
Yeah, what a kill. To grab, what a kill to find Seekers though. All the way through, it's a flick attempt. What a flick. Flick of the wrist reactions, JZZ. He's done a lot there. The reposition now, up close to the smoke, fades away at just the wrong time. For Cryo, that is. JZZ is going to be pleased. Though, cheeky timing taken by Derek.
30 seconds left.
Granted him a gun, there's no coverage for this one. Stella's just sticking it, lockdown as well.
Lockdown?
Getting the kill, but Derek's killed. Taken out, I mean, committing the ults there, thinking it could have been potentially winnable, but just not thinking about the fact that MiBR were vacuuming up the space towards the connectors.
Yeah. That's a rough one. The timing way off. I mean, Stella's going for a plant completely undefended. And if they're going to try and push him at that point, there's nothing Derek can do about it. Timeout call for 100 Thieves, but it can't be overstated how much of a tool that is just taken out of their hands. Derek's ultimate can be fantastic for them to take a C exec or an A exec without having to invest too much.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, just that moment there. Out of sync by a second or two, but that's all that matters at this kind of level. Pro play. Team like MiBR have already shown that they're going to capitalize. Forcing this timeout now for 100 Thieves because what was looking so good for them? I mean, the string of rounds they got in that map 2 to bring it all the way to this distance. In the blink of an eye, it's looking like MiBR are back up to that prior form.
The desk were asking the question, what's the mentality for MiBR going to be like? They were up 12-6 and they end up losing in OT 14-12. Surely that's got to do some level of damage to their confidence or how they approach things, their belief in themselves. It doesn't appear to have. JZZ's playing with all the confidence in the world. Chosen pulls out an incredible 1v2. The mental battle, if anything, is being won here by the team that has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
All the pressure's on 100 Thieves in this match. We've known that from the very beginning.
MiBR letting loose. Adjustments. You can see that killjoy setup.
Here.
Blocking towards any sort of A take.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to fake some A pressure early on and then just leave the killjoy holding A. This setup is very weak to a fast C hit, but the Neon's going to be there quickly enough. So from 100 Thieves' perspective, it still feels like the same kind of thing where FRZ and RGL are pushing with that Neon stun towards Rubble, which it isn't at all. It's obfuscated by MiBR. They've certainly brought better looks into this game than we've seen from them in a while.
Can't say they haven't been improving, working.
Certainly the work shows, yeah.
Yeah.
Prior to this match, though, you really couldn't see the improvements in the match scores. You can now.
Yeah, new life breathed into this MiBR team. Neon, fast rotations for JZZ. Can be anywhere.
MiBR can't really tell where 100 Thieves are going, though. It's been quiet, and that's the first piece of info. Immediately pulls out the lockdown.
Yeah, I mean, this is really going to push them now into the B hit. Here's what the stuns are for. JZZ, overdrive, right in his hands, but it's met with bullets. The firing squad as well, watching for it, but the smoke fades. Round for the flag, someone's watching, there's no way! FRC through, right, barreling into the smokes, and it's a flood attempt that pays off. MiBR, massive, massive round.
Look at those pings on the minimap, if you can, just there. 2 red pings from 100 Thieves as their players discuss where it all went wrong. FRZ opened the door. FRZ opened the door from C and just comes in behind them while they're dealing with the neon dashing into their face and the players flooding out from spawn and from heaven. They didn't track that revolving door opening, and FRZ just comes around the side and kills 2. A dagger to 100 Thieves.
Get out of my way!
What a blunder to make. Knocking them again down to the weaker guns. That A ruins control. This time a fight taken. Pound for pound, even with the weaker guns. Chosen makes the most of that, but he will fall. Cryo, again, the player to step up when his team needs it. Those massive moments, they come hand in hand. Picked
And
up
here's the
guns.
flank.
Murray's, yeah. Not aware of it.
That is a quick round. It's the first time that 100 Thieves have decided to fight heavy over rubble control. They might just start doing that repeatedly. They've been given a lot of respect to MiBR so far. They've been allowing RGL and FRZ to just take that space at the beginning of the round and trying to re-clear it later. This time, they barrel towards it, and Cryo's Blade Storm offers him a completely different angle of attack.
You can be much more agile when you're fighting for that deep into A.
Another big clash potentially going to happen here, except that JCC doesn't look like he wants to commit to it. So maybe more of a fake attempt.
This disrespecting of the util.
Already you can see that MiBR is scared of it, though. They have one clash towards rubble that doesn't go their way, and now fake it and pull all the way back.
The positioning is definitely important to take into account because they are playing much more adaptive. The stun. Dash. Cryo survives. He's alive, the one way. Door rotates, but RGL knows that there's nobody there. Spam into the wall as the orb was being picked up.
Nearly.
Danger. Definitely danger.
And Chosen is ready for this pivot into B.
Look at it. The util. Well, that's broken.
Good anticipation from Derek, realizing that that would be there.
Hearing the potential sound cues. What options open up now off of that?
They are still ready. It looks like Murray's is about to rip the Viper's Pit off any kind of contact. Like, Chosen or the turret see anything. Is he going to ult this? Maybe not.
Holding so close. Needs his one. Smoke. Paranoia. Bit of spam as well. Where's the support from the rest of the team? Where are they going to land here? Because it is time running out. Well, it's C.
30
Bang.
seconds left.
Ulting. Regrouping with the rest of his team now. It is that free site.
And Murray's did not invest the ultimate, worried about C. And instead, it's the Viper's Pit that goes down from Stella.
Into the back of the site as well. Playing this together. MiBR
Spike planted.
left wondering how do they clear this one out. Well, for now, just looking to avoid it. The rotation now over towards Waterfall.
And Derek is causing problems. He just broke the turret on B, pulling everybody back towards him. Morris goes down.
Really critical with Morris falling.
I think this is going to be a save here.
Don't have the pit, and they're just trying to deal with Derek the entire time. Dropping to the floor, but yeah.
I don't see how you can get back into it this. Stella's pit is so good. The mid-rounding finally finds some success from 100 Thieves. They struggled with it a lot on Pearl. I mean, to be honest, all day. If we're going to be real.
Derek does buy enough time as well. He was that nuisance towards the back, just floating around, lurking, firing shots off.
And this round that I really do want to hit again, that Stella's mid-rounding was excellent. They go over towards A, and that's kind of pre-planned. MiBR have got 3 players ready there to collect. And then they have 2 players waiting for the pivot into B. That would be the most natural conclusion of a failed A hit, is to break that door, run through to B. And instead, 100 Thieves back all the way out into their spawn, continue to pressure A, and use the Omen ult from Bang to reconnect with the squad on C. I really like the pathing there, and they found the weak site, able to win a post plan. This is another huge clash.
They still want to fight it. This time there's a paranoia behind it. Much more bite.
Bye-bye!
Yeah, teleporting away, and they're skipping and hopping to the C site. This is where it theoretically should be weaker. There's a call that's made. You can see the rotations already happening. MiBR chasing them down. Going to try and meet them here. It's up to Chosen. He needs to try and deny this one as well. Any sort of space of his utility inside the smoke. That's it! That's a bit of an overheat. Spam there. Gives up his life. Lockdown. Respect has to be shown. An evacuation away to the edges now of the site. It's a free plant, but already this flank occurring on every single front. Down towards Mound. Cryo loses his fight. It's a Viper's Pit. Into the back of it. JZZ is spotted though. Staying alive now, just trying to buy time for the rest of his team to get into the site. The important kill, and Bang doesn't get it. Derek cleans it up though, left up to 2. Stella,
He's got to go huge.
so much to do, doesn't hit the transfer, only the 1. A repeat, but smoked off. It's pinged out. Derek comes down to hopes that he can just land the shots here. Tapping away, spraying down, but Evangel's just not good enough for the job here. Fully stuck out. And MiBR, they swing around.
Arsena's overheat into the smoke is a tragic way to start that. 100 Thieves have struggled in the post plant so much because they so rarely find themselves in favored situations.
Finished.
This round, MiBR are behind them, up towards spawn, in waterfall. They just control so much of the map. And Chosen plays his life really well, something that 100 Thieves have struggled with. They're committing another 4 players here. After that one round where 100 Thieves got some value, MiBR have been throwing bodies in.
This time, it's sprayed through the angle. Morris is brought down. Trailblazer's broken though. 100 Thieves. You're going to start to think twice now about fighting this? The answer's no. Paranoia. Flash rips across, but it's still a hard task ahead of them. How do you battle this one? Stella's cut up. Smoke to get him out. He does leave. Again, similar calls made. A lot of presence being shown towards Deep A there. They know that MiBR were fighting it. Only this time, it's Chosen with his own lockdown. This is pushing them back. 100 Thieves. Bang, you are getting eviscerated there. The spray as well. They're trying to fight this one. Bang's gonna get the plan, but he has to get out of there. What's the detainment? What's it looking like? Everyone's caught! And Cryo, he has to protect! He has to protect, and he does! The Guardian Angel! And a critical error again, it swings hands! What's that, Josh? What is that?
100 Thieves have never had a hero like Cryo before. He is single-handedly, metaphorically on World, but quite literally here on Lotus, single-handedly keeping their playoff dreams alive. I can't believe that.
That's
4
ridiculous.
players detained. And he's like, yeah, don't worry, boys, I got it.
Oh my God. He stepped up. No one can deny that. It's obvious. Jump spot over. No one on the angle. A different flavor to 100 Thieves beginning. Looking now towards C. One way though. Oh boy. Spotting it. Spam. Only Chosen taking contact though. It doesn't give them too much more info. 100 Thieves. Will they read that this is being stacked? Taking a time with it. Sometimes patience can be key when you're up against the weaker buy, but this time enough presence is shown, and yeah, they do get out of there. They don't make the mistake of committing hard. Moving away around. They don't actually have any of that prior control towards A. Cover B.
It doesn't look too dangerous. Only Chosen here with 20 HP in a classic. 100 Thieves should be able to get an easy one through. The paranoia hits, the flash hits.
Like you said, not too much danger there.
30 seconds
Good use
left.
to clear through into the back of the site. But be careful with your 100 Thieves not to give away too much, even though the money is quite good. It should be an easy round.
Even if 100 Thieves convert this And even if they won all the rest of the attacking rounds, this has still been an extraordinary turnaround for the defense side for MiBR.
Yeah. Can't be hard pressed about 6 rounds.
Not at all.
The shorties.
Bullying Murray's in the pit. But like I said, MiBR, despite the manner in which they lost round 9, in that crazy lockdown play, despite that, MiBR is sitting pretty here with the lead. And MiBR go for a timeout. Cryo is currently sat at 11 kills with the Bladestorm ready to go into the next.
Scout destroyed.
We'll take a look at some of these replays. But I'm still just thinking about the lockdown play.
The lockdown play, but also the fact that, you know, it's been incredible heroics from 100 Thieves. Some good calling as well from Stella. Don't get me wrong, adapting for this.
But mostly
Lotus, mostly heroics, yeah, don't get me wrong. Lotus as a map, though, does trend itself towards being attack-sided. I mean, MiBR, they've made this more than respectable with 6 rounds, and now taking the time, attack pause.
The crowd knows who their hero is. And I think for a player that's so young and still doesn't have a huge amount of experience, for Cryo this year, it started out with a lot of difficulty. I think sometimes for players that are naturally humble, it can be difficult to believe in your own hype. And some of that imposter syndrome and the weight of expectations settles down heavy upon your shoulders. It felt like that's what we were seeing from Cryo early on in the season.
Yeah.
And now he's got that belief in himself back. And he's just hitting insane form in this match. They're still down, though. MiBR, 7 rounds away from sending 100 Thieves out of the playoffs and securing EG's spot. That is a tricky little Odin angle that Asner is spamming. Almost caught JCZ out, but only did a fraction of damage.
That is cheeky. Anyone
I like
trying
it.
to play off of that, yeah.
And
Sometimes it
he
feels like
drops
this
it.
map is made of paper.
Look, he drops it. And so he's still only got a Phantom moving forwards. He doesn't want to use the Odin for the entire round. Cute play when you're stacked with money, flush with cash.
Oh my goodness! JZZ returning to fire, MiBR collapsing on them. They choose to fight it. They give him control of the front side of Ruins. There's the adaptation, and it's made manifest.
Last round.
So many of
for
these
the
rounds have
switch.
just come down to fights in rubble.
Yeah, I mean, it's just over like that.
Did not anticipate JCZ playing that one so aggressive. But RGL was swinging through the breakable door at the same time.
Yeah.
And everyone was stunned.
The timing there is really good to take. It's awkward when you're on the attack side and you're just trying to get set up a little bit through this spike wall.
Look at this stun.
Yeah, the stun's amazing.
Paranoia.
One enemy
Every
remaining.
bit of utility is used by MiBR.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Really well played.
That is superbly done. And we're straight back into the next. Another clash early towards rubble. The whole map has been defined by the fights in this area. And Cryo's got the AWP on attack. It won't limit him too much because he's got the Bladestorm in his back pocket too.
Last chance in this half. Will it be 7-5 or will it be
Get out of my way.
8-4 once again?
I love the adaptations that MiBR have got. They're so dynamic in terms of how they're playing the defense side. They're already over towards B. Chosen, his hat almost showing.
Cryo's hoping for a peek. Anything.
Yeah.
Little bit of info.
Here.
That's a nano popped early. No alarm bot for info.
Does force them to peek for information. Right into the crosshair, but Cryo
I've got your
doesn't land it. No reactions. So does JZZ. Still moving forwards. That's a good way to capitalize and instantly answer with a 4-on-4 now. It's going to be the post-plant setup for 100 Thieves.
Spike planted.
Hang's holding the ultimate right into the back of their spawn. This could be
Is he sticking
the
that?
extra layer. Yeah, he is.
Oh my god, but the
Seekers are used, though.
Seekers!
He's spotted.
He's popped that before the Seekers are used.
He should break it and stay alive. It's going to cause distractions, but MiBR know that they can just play this fast.
He's so far
locked up,
away.
Everyone's intrigued. Yeah, he's miles away. He's going to be just sprinting for this one, gliding past. It's awkward, it's scrappy, it's messy, and it's left up to 2. Asuna and Derek, they land their shots, sticking it all to half the way. They take it. It's 7-5,
Switching
and maybe it's
sides.
enough to get it done.
Truly an incredible end to the regular season, no matter which direction this goes. Bang's ult into spawn throws a massive wrench into the plans, but Derek and Asana's individual ability claws that one out.
That's what I mean, it's all about that. Just their ability to hold their ground here, stay alive. Asana's on 30 health. He's been jumping right clicks. He hits a nasty shot.
And then swings with the shorty to close things out. Is this doable?
That's going to be the question, isn't it? Is it doable? Let's send it down to Dash and Ades to break it down and set us up.
Thank you so much, Brett. No joke, Sean said those words in the same moment that you did there. Cobbling together a 7-5 half and getting one just at the end, 100 to keep themselves close in it. I've stopped trying to make sense of what's happening on our screens, though. I'm just enjoying the chaos.
It is absurd. It's like one round, Cryo is getting a 4K to save his team when 4 of them are detained. And then the next round, Chosen, the sub, who came in last second for this team, is like starting the game 10-1.
10-1,
it's been
yes.
ridiculous.
What is actually going on right now? I mean, even that last round, it looked like 100 Thieves just inted away. Bang ults into spawn, but the Seekers, their pop gives away his spot. He's way out of the play.
Yeah.
All the kills just happened, you know, at one moment for 100 Thieves, and they just hold the site.
It has been hero plays, really, in this final map for both these teams. It started, I think, with some good ideas from MiBR, then finding really good value out of the Neon and some of these rounds you've seen with the stun setups. But more than anything, this is at the point where both teams have just descended into the individual play. And that's such a scary proposition for 100 Thieves here, because their playoff life is on the line. You're only down 2 rounds. This is so incredibly doable in the second half. But, I mean, imagine how EG is feeling watching at home right now. They just have MiBR out there as their champion, and Cryo is continuing to steal playoffs away.
Ever since Josh suggested that Potter break out the champagne, man, it has gotten so close. And now he did say recork it at this point because it could go anywhere. It is just a 2-round lead for MiBR as we're about to swap sides for the final time in this best of 3 series. Will MiBR complete the upset and send EG to the postseason, or will 100 Thieves bring it home? We're right back over to Brennan's Sideshow for the call.
All lands onto this. Final half here. To the distance for the series. Our last match of that regular season. 100 Thieves versus MiBR. And it's that playoffs. That is what 100 Thieves are hunting for, hoping for. Starts with the pistol, Josh.
And it looks like it's going to be pacey to start. JCC instantly working his way forwards as RGL goes for a TP over to Rubble. So they take early control. Is that an area that 100 Thieves are going to fight over? Probably not as much with the Jet rather than the Neon.
Whoa.
That's just classic spam.
JCT wants to take the fight to him. Look at that, gliding. There's not lacking the confidence. He lands a shot.
He's looked so clean on Neon today.
And now they look to collapse. Maybe enter themselves onto the A side to spam through the box there. This is getting pulled apart. So important.
They've heard 2 footsteps fall into sight. They know that there's at least a couple of players here on A.
Now they've slowed it down. Hitting the rotating door. Cryo needs to watch this one, but without the dash, it's so risky. Double face, double swing, and all the way through. It's Asana looking to collect, looking to try and at least salvage it, but he can't do it. And only Bang. It's up to him. Damage done to JZZ, but it's a 1v4. MiBR
Spike planted.
in a driving seat now to take this pistol round home. Crossfire setup, forcing the fight there. Bang isolates it, but no. Not enough to claim a second. It's shut down before it can even begin.
And that is MiBR's 4th pistol win of the series. 4 out of 6 fall into their hands. And that's incredibly important for them. I mean, 2 on Fracture, 2 on Lotus, and they still got up to 12 on the second map as well. This puts enormous pressure upon 100 Thieves, but they already dealt with a ton of that on Pearl. They had all the pressure in the world on their shoulders then.
Might have to do it all over again. Losing that pistol round, it set them stumbling. How do they regain the footing? MiBR. Straight towards A. Door rotations.
I'm out of here.
It's a clinical split. Zella's gonna get isolated towards the back. Pushed out, taken out. Should be a plant easily done. Okay. An exchange of the fire. There's a gun there towards the back and a flank occurring, but Murs is watching it. Bought the rifle. Maybe damage is going to be the goal here for 100 Thieves. You can see already with the positioning of Asuna rotating all the way around.
And honestly, I think these are some of the times where you just want to slow things down and allow the rest of your team to take a
One
breath.
enemy remaining.
Maybe discuss, or even just quietly yourselves mentally reinforce and visualize what your game plan is for the rest of these defending rounds. Because there is pressure, and then there's pressure. And this match has had it. For this 100 Thieves squad, MiBR playing free, playing loose. The subs at the top of the scoreboard kind of vibes.
Yeah.
Running around with neon kind of vibes.
Yeah, no weight on their shoulders with the way they've been playing. Chosen at the top, 13-5. The desk was talking about it. It's Match and Cryo in terms of his output. This is a round that 100 Thieves need to win.
This is early and aggressive from Cryo and Asuna at B. Trying to stop Chosen from taking that orb. They've done it for the moment. Does Chosen have the experience to realize that aggression is coming through? Cryo, with a lot of respect, just breaks the turret and backs up. The door opens as JZZ threatens a backstab. It's okay. MiBR stabilize.
It's Mares who's gained all that control towards A. He's been lurking most of this round, entering around the minute mark. Someone on the A site. 100 Thieves, I think, hoping that they can push them into the B hit here. There's a lot of util there in the connector. Is it popped off? Nana Swarm doesn't trunk him all the way down.
What a lurk.
Meanwhile, he's been lurking. Found value with it.
What a timing for him to find.
And now doubled up. Oh, he sees the angle Stella.
Planted.
It's been watched.
JZZ's watching
He's
it.
got it. He handles it. Stella too distracted.
This bonus round would be devastating for 100 Thieves to lose.
And it's fallen to pieces, but maybe something can be scrapped together. Bang gets it. The call's made to save.
Oh, that is a tough call to make.
Really hard. But they had no control of the map. You've got to keep the guns. If you lose this entirely, you're looking at the map and the series snowballing away. Really hard to call, though.
And Stella's got good money, so they're still going to be able to force around this. It'll just be Asuna that can't really afford too much. But yeah, this is such a tough call. They just choose to retreat. Can the guns be taken away?
Nice one way. Defensive.
No, but in the end, all of these 100 Thieves players that decided to save keep their rifles going forwards. But this is a 5-round deficit, and 100 Thieves, they're going to need to respond now. They can't allow this to get up to 12-6 and rely on some level of miracle comeback again. You don't get those every map.
No.
You shouldn't be getting those multiple times a week, but here we are. What a timing from Chosen, though. He was the player getting pressured at the beginning of the round and just lurks his way up, all sneakily through B, past the Killjoy utility. With nary a response from 100 Thieves.
I'm out of here.
One way in their face, MiBR. Mountain control. As the orb gets picked up, so does the wall get propped up in their face.
Same idea again. Trailblazer traded for turret at the start of the round. I'm not sure how valuable that is, especially when
I got Spike.
Chosen just found a timing to lurk through B in the prior.
Go, go, go.
Same response here from MiBR. The B aggression, they counter that by opening this revolving door. Anybody that was pushed forwards on the defense
Scout
side on B
destroyed.
would have to respect that and back up. But they don't even trade any utility to push Asuna and Cryo away. And look at Murray's Viper setup. It is so difficult for 100 Thieves to get info behind
I've got your
this.
trail.
Can't see anything. Maris is looking up. Here's it being picked up. Spam onto the corner. Doesn't get out. Didn't expect Maris to be that deep inside of his own smoke. With Cryo falling.
Targets destroyed.
The spearhead and more is gone away from 100 Thieves now attempting this. 4-on-4 though. Anything could happen, but this post-plant setup by MiBR is just so difficult to break. There's no flank attempt. Usually that's the thing that breaks it. Everybody coming from the back of the site. Gun duels. Maybe just a bit of luck right through the smokes. Spammed, paranoia, cycling the utility. MiBR, they have answers for every situation, but do you have answers for the guns? Asuna lands his shot. Watch for. RGL's noted, spotted, spammed, through the smoke. One more left to do, one more left to clean up. Derek, he's trying to isolate, he can't do it. Absolutely magnificent.
They're bowing to him. RGL all day today has just been unbelievable. What a performance, what a clutch. An attack timeout there taken as 100 Thieves mentally collect themselves. The way that RGL plays is the crosshair placement on the kill on Asuna. Oh my, it's sublime. This is what he was doing at the start of the year. And then for whatever reason, internally, MiBR imploded. Week kind of 3 onwards, it was just a shell of themselves in absolute free fall. And they've revived at the perfect time to drag 100 Thieves out of playoffs with them.
Yep. Like an anchor latched to their ankles. If 100 Thieves lose this, it'll be EG the descent into that top 6, into the playoffs.
2 rounds away from a terrible failure to meet expectations from 100 Thieves. Everybody had them winning this game. Massive favorites, despite the fact that 100 Thieves haven't played the best Valorant all split long, but they looked like they were on the up and up. And MiBR on a 10-map loss streak prior to this match. It just looked like an alley-oop slam dunk.
Yep. Should have been the easy path.
MiBR have made it anything but.
This is rocky, shaky. We've already seen 100 Thieves come back in a near impossible scenario just in the last map. But to do it twice in a row, no, that takes something else entirely.
There's the stun lineup that Leaf was using when he plays on this map. And this looks like the NRG play. They're looking for that player where they're going to throw the Paranoia and upgrab dash onto them.
Here we go, door opens up, Paranoia as well. Through the smoke, a bit of spam, maybe they can get granted a kill. Or is there? The Bullets finding it. Stella, his job, hold control of Heaven here. There's a flash in his face, dodges it. Snakebite as well, he knows that they're going to be capitalizing and pushing. There's being watched though, he does have somebody's back, and another Snakebite. This is a vulnerable. Can't win the fight, it's an exchange. It's the bait and switch, RGL moving from the position, the overdrive Asuna around the back, 2 versus 2. Bang, to get defused, has to get off a bit, dodge to the side and return, it's a trade. And again, staying alive.
Bang on B with the clutch. It was him that pulled out the miraculous 1v3. The 100 Thieves to get that crucial victory over Leviathan that's even put them in this spot, by the way, where they have the map differential and the 4 wins that could see them in 4th place. If only they could mount a comeback right here. But MiBR are still in the driver's seat, and it's 2 Spectres into this round. 3 Spectres in the round. 1 onto Cryo.
How do you win this?
The weaponry is so poor.
It's got to be 1 round at a time, but
they're hoping Cryo can get this orb. They were hoping that flash connected with nobody, and he could get his Blade Storm online.
But now he has to watch it. The gun is not good for it. Slow. MiBR waiting it out. A risk to be taken there.
And now Cryo knows he's not going to get away with that one for free. But he's also kind of paralyzing MiBR. They don't want to give up that orb. So they're not really taking any control of the map just yet. Murray's continues to walk forwards. He's been very active on these Viper lurks on A side. Opens up the tree door and is going to keep a couple of people rooted on A.
Flash and a dog. That's going to be Bang using his ult just to gather information. Broken. Only 1 scene. Bido. Seemed like it could have been the goal, but actually MiBR are all over the place. Going through the connector.
What?
Going to be matching them, Asuna!
Just caught out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, what, expecting them to pivot, I think, maybe towards A, but false information or what, I'm not too sure. It's put them in an even dire circumstance, the Viper's pit. It's just not impossible. Jumping through, it has to be coordinated. Cryo's met. 3 players swarming his position, they bring him down. Bullets raining this way, that way. Chosen the timing, Bang, around the back. The pit has granted him this. 21 bullets, spam, onto that corner, Whiting, round the corner, Derek, he's removed. Everyone falls, MiBR, they bring it to 12.
Not only are they up to match point, 1 round away from eliminating 100 Thieves from playoffs, but it is scraps. It is nothing the 100 Thieves are working with. A Blade Storm, and it's gonna be the roughest of buys. Stingers and Bulldogs and Sheriffs abound. Asuna caught out in the open, and it's devastation. Potter, I think you can bring out the champagne again. Pop the cork.
Last time
Get Demon 1 and Ethan out there. It's 12-6 again.
It is 12-6 again. And all of it stands on this one round. Will we see that extension of play for 100 Thieves, or is it MiBR who completely upset? Send them back down, spiraling to the bottom of the standings. And EG granted that spot.
In some sense, this is going to be the most difficult one. If 100 Thieves were to mount a comeback, they would at least be getting the economy going. Oh, that was Stella looking to take a fight, knocked down to 9 HP. He can be healed, but look at what they're working with again. It's 3 Stingers, a Blade Storm, and a Bulldog.
It's nothing at all. And MiBR, the way to play in these attack side rounds, it's so slow, cautious. But it
their
picks and
hearts must be
pulls
racing.
and pushes the rotations. And you got to imagine, exactly, Josh. Hearts racing in this moment. It all comes down to this. Derek. Spray down. Stinger has to reload. It's watchful in the back there. Bang. Containing. Murray's moving forwards. Asuna's still alive. In the fight, in the action. None of the bullets. Whips out the pistol. He can't get it online. Lockdown. Pushing them back and away.
They can go to B here.
Exactly what they're going to do. The door opens up. Cryo misses his timing. Look. Chance for Murray's. Here's 2 of them. Holding it close. Does it get cleared? Round to it. Murray's lands a shot. That could be the death blow. Could be it. It's cleaned up though. 3 on 3. Will Cryo do the most? Will he do the most? Once again. Kill found, but again, containment there. Lockdown placed. He knows the positioning of them. They move around, but again, that close angle. This play forwards. The right click. Time running out. Pushing it back. RGR Meister dodging. He's earned the up. Cancels it. Not detained. Someone has to stick this. Someone has to cover. It's Derek to watch him, and it does it. Surviving. The presence of mind with all the stress. To prioritize the ultimate onto Derek as well. Too close for comfort, Josh.
What composure. But beads of sweat running down the brow. A nervous relief from 100 Thieves, the only emotion available to them right there. Another enormous round from Cryo, though. The kill that he grabs onto Chosen and the right click to deny the player pushing off Paranoia. And that might have been the most difficult round. Now it's all about consistency, which in itself seems almost impossible. 6 chances whittled down to 5. We've been here before.
Been here before, but to do it back to back. So unlikely. The full focus of 100 Thieves, 1 round at a time.
They're anticipating the A-lean from MiBR. C is extraordinarily open.
That's where the team is leading. Trailblazer broken. They want to hunt down Murray's snakebite at his feet. Blocks off the angle. Damage done. There it is. Bang disrespects it.
Well played. That's a good read on what Murray's has been doing. He's been so active on those A-lurks.
But they've had to give up the C site.
And now it's all about the retake. I think on these kind of retakes, you need to be sending somebody through either the B door or through Mound.
It comes down to this, doesn't it?
MiBR are already anticipating that and pushing.
Aggressive fight. Flash. Dodge. Round the side. Cryo. Spraying a little bit of extra. Another flash to push them away and push them back. Time becoming a problem. You got to hunt down these kills. There's smoke in their face that they have to clean through. Lined up. A retake of waterfall. It might just all tumble. It might just all fall. 100 Thieves. You got to collect the kills with the utility. Chosen. He's blocked them off. It's a scramble. Everything on the line for it. Chosen. You got to stick it. Chosen spraying. Spray tonight. No way. Off of it all. He's the hero in this scenario. And 100 Thieves have been denied.
Attackers win.
This game has had it all, but I did not see it ending with Chosen getting a knife kill on the diffuser. The crowd shocked into stunned silence. And I think you could say the same on the other side of the stage. All smiles, laughs, giggles from the MiBR camp. They've dragged 100 Thieves out of playoff contention. And EG will be watching that, laughing themselves as the dagger quite literally goes to the heart of the 100 Thieves camp.
Insane. Absolute insanity. MiBR. Listen, they pushed 100 Thieves, and 100 Thieves did well. Map 2, a comeback in that fashion. Doesn't happen every other day, does it? Although this week might be speaking different to that. Still, to do it twice in a row is too much to ask.
Chosen had such a phenomenal series. And RGL and JZZ too. On map 1 and map 3, RGL and JZZ were unstoppable forces of nature. And then once you had Chosen in there too, this team just looked utterly rejuvenated. Everything 100 Thieves were going for was answered. The level of individual talent that was coming out from Cryo also answered on the other side. And for a moment, let's think of Cryo, who has put on one hell of a show today, and still we are not going to be able to see him perform during playoffs. It's going to be the folks from EG, Demon One, Ethan, for example, out there celebrating. I am sure with this, one of the most unexpected results to end the regular season in this fashion.
Evil Genius is granted that last playoff spot. Top 6 locked in with the final game of our regular season, and yeah, the final moments to close this out. I mean, just ridiculous.
You will never see that again. You'll never see that again. What a game. What a game.
MiBR exchange of the pleasantries, of course, but we'll be pleased with the way that they finalized and ended their season overall. There's no chance, of course, of them going to playoffs, but still, the rest of the season, both of these teams can be looking even further forwards. The LCQ, last chance qualifier.
Absolutely. And for MiBR, they end the season on an uptick, and a much-needed one. Yes. An absolutely necessary one. They had 10 maps in a row that they'd lost, blown out of 9 of them, without double-digit scores. And then play spoiler to a 100 Thieves squad that was actually looking fairly decent since week 4. What a way to end our regular season. And Brent, I am sure the playoffs will have just even more bonkers stuff to showcase.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully. I mean, if it matches this week in terms of the distance we've gone with some of these maps, who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some absolutely quality, entertaining Valorant, I would say. Listen, it's been
extraordinary entertainment.
Well, with that, we're going to go to a short break. We'll have the desk breakdown, of course, and the Verizon post-match interview and more. So do not go anywhere. You know you don't want to miss it.
Welcome back to the VCT Americas. I'm standing here with Chosin and LD to do the translation for the Verizon post-match interview. And congratulations here, Chosin. I wanted to talk to you about and ask you the question, actually. This is the first time now that you've got a victory on the VCT stage here in the Americas. Talk to me about your feelings here today.
So it was sua primeira vitória hoje aqui no VCT. O que você está sentindo? Como é que está sendo isso?
Cara, é sensacional. Para quem conhece a minha história, quem me acompanha desde antigamente, eu sempre sonhei em jogar em um stage internacional e 2017 2019, perdão, eu acabei tendo meu visto negado para eu jogar um torneio internacional. Então esse foi meu primeiro torneio internacional e a mentalidade que eu tenho é só vir, se divertir, fazer o que eu gosto de fazer e o resultado é consequência. E, pô, tô muito feliz pelo desempenho nosso de hoje.
So it's been a dream for him to play internationally. Unfortunately, back in 2019, he had problems with his visa, so he couldn't compete. But now he's here. It's a dream come true, and he's here to have fun. Yeah. The results come out of it, and it's just this. He's happy about it.
You're here and you're killing it. And I want to talk about your career as well, because before joining MiBR in the challenger scene, you were playing a lot of smokers as a role. And for today, and ever since you came into MiBR, you've been playing more the Sentinel role, playing a lot of Killjoy. So how's the adjustment been playing that Killjoy for the team, and how's the strategy been around that?
Então, antes de você vir para a MiBR, você jogava bastante com Smokers, né? E agora você mudou, você joga bastante com a Killjoy, que é uma Sentinel. Como é que é a mudança? Como é que é a estratégia para conseguir isso?
Quando eu jogava, principalmente a época que a gente foi campeão do Ignition, quando eu jogava com a PEN, o nosso estilo de jogo, a gente jogava muito para frente, ganhando espaço. E jogar de sentinela no meta atual, eu sinto que tem que jogar dessa maneira também. Então foi algo que encaixou muito bem pra mim, porque eu gosto de jogar infiltrando, eu gosto de jogar pra cima, eu gosto de jogar ganhando espaço pro meu time. E o ajuste foi porque o FRZ já jogava de iniciador também, e eu já tinha jogado de duelista, então tudo encaixou como uma luva.
Yeah, he said he used to play as PEN before when they won the duel. What was the whole campeonato Ignition? Ignition. Yeah, when he won the Ignition. Oh, yes. And then he went away and changed to Killjoy, especially because FRZ also had a role that would go well with him, with his whole role. So it's been good because he likes to play, forward. He likes to attack a lot, and Killjoy is perfect for it.
Yeah, I could see that because you barely use like Killjoy mollies for pulse plants. You're just killing everybody and always running it down. I want to put actually two questions into one. It's around the role changes too against 100 Thieves today, though, because you changed going out from adding a neon into the composition too, and it seems as though it really worked against 100 Thieves. So what really did you prepare in terms of strategy? What did you know about 100 Thieves' playstyle?
Vocês mudaram a composição hoje para ir contra o 100 Thieves. E como é que foi isso? Qual foi a preparação que vocês fizeram para esse jogo?
A gente não pensou tanto neles, a gente pensou muito mais na gente, porque Neon é um boneco que na Fracture e na Lotus são dois mapas que a gente já gostava de utilizar, mas a gente tinha um pé atrás, o Hit se sentia muito confortável de Raze. Já o Jatinha jogando duelista, ele se sente mais confortável de Neon. Então foi algo que também, por conforto do jogador, a gente acabou encaixando, mesmo a gente achando as duas muito boas. Não foi nenhuma preparação especial para 100 Thieves, foi mais algo do nosso próprio time se sentir confortável no servidor.
Yeah, they just wanted to feel more comfortable. So the preparation was more focused on them than actual 100 Thieves. They had Heat used to play as Raze.
Yes.
So now they had to change that a little bit, and also JZZ or FRZ? JZZ plays as a duelist. So they
from Sky to duelist.
Yeah. So those changes were for more for them than actual for this specific game.
Yeah, awesome. Two more quick questions here. The first one being, you had a heartbreaking loss on that second map on Pearl. You were leading 12-6 and lost 8 rounds in a row in overtime to 100 Thieves from Crowdcell's heroic plays on an ace. What's been the conversation between the maps for you and the team to make sure you bounce back on that third map?
Depois daquele revés que vocês tiveram no segundo round, né, perdendo 8 no segundo mapa, perdendo 8 rounds em sequência, com aquele ace do Cryo no final. Qual foi a conversa que vocês tiveram no intervalo para voltar disso?
Primeiro a gente pensou, teve até uma brincadeira do FRZ, a gente sempre tem uma mentalidade onde é round por round, a gente só quer pensar no próximo round. Tá 12-3 pra gente, não importa, próximo round. Então a gente sempre pensa de round por round, algo que o nosso psicólogo trabalhou muito, psicólogo Daniel, abraço. E a gente chegou depois no Huddle, quando a gente tava falando, sentou pra jogar o jogo, a gente só falou que, cara, pra eles ganharem da gente, o cara teve que matar quase 40. Em time a gente tá melhor e a gente vai ganhar isso como um time. E foi esse o nosso discurso, tá ligado? Round por round e ganhar como um time.
Yeah, they play every round as like they're just beginning. It's always like 0-0, so they're always saying round is round. It's what they say during the game. So they play with this mentality. They've been working with Daniel. Shout out to Daniel, their psychologist, to work on that and be very you just be positive about that. Every round is a different game, so they have this mentality and they go for it with it. And they knew that 100 Thieves would have to kill them a lot to take this from them, and it worked out in the end.
We definitely saw that fun on Lotus because you were all smiling, all the clutches, the bowing downs and all that too. But the last question here is going into LCQ. Okay. So unfortunately for MiBR, you're not going to be able to make the playoffs now, but you still have the LCQ in sights here for July. So I want to let you talk to the fans for MiBR. What should they expect coming out of MiBR so that hopefully we can see MiBR at Champions?
E agora, infelizmente, vocês não estão nos playoffs, mas vocês ainda têm a chance de ir no Last Chance Qualifiers, ou para brasileiro, né, a repescagem. Qual é a expectativa de enfrentar eles novamente, né, nessa competição para tentar uma vaga para o Japão?
O nosso time, a gente vai passar por muito trabalho agora, porque a gente não vai ter nem folga, a gente não pensa em parar. A gente vai continuar desde agora, a gente vai ver como que a gente vai fazer o Hit também, pro Hit voltar a jogar. Minha função não é tipo, ser jogador mesmo. Eu tô quebrando um galho, tanto que eu passei 1 ano sem jogar. Eu tô jogando 2 semanas depois de 1 ano. Eu tô só... A gente tá vendo o que a gente vai fazer em time, certinho. Mas o importante é que eu sinto que a confiança que a gente precisava dentro do servidor a gente trouxe nessa partida, não só por mim, por todos os jogadores, e eu sinto que a gente vai vir muito mais forte para isso aqui do que a gente apresentou nos jogos da franquia.
Yeah, now it's work, no days off. So they want to work, use all those days to work and train and practice for the next challenge. And he is just like a hack right now, a man hack. he's holding the spot for Heat, so they expect to have him back for the the last chance. And just keep working with this because they really want it and they want to play better.
Awesome. Well, all the best and parabéns, at least for today. Aldi, obrigado for the translation. And let's toss it back to desk here to close off the day.
Thank you so much, Vancilia. What a lovely interview, and really, what a lovely series to close out Stage 1 regular season. You couldn't have asked for something more entertaining than that, Mimi.
You say lovely. That was like the most anxious I've been watching one of the games in quite a while. That was just an absurd series. From MiBR coming out swinging, stomping map 1, to the comeback on the second map, and then it looked like maybe there was a chance to come back in. It was just absurd, Sean.
The man in the interview chosen. I mean, every round in this Lotus game, I felt like he had insane impact, even going into the bonus round. Like, he just lurks into defender spawn to get an opening kill onto Asuna. It's so crazy that this guy was an assistant coach and he had that kind of series.
Yeah, it was crazy out of this guy individually. And it honestly gives me hope for MiBR heading into LCQ now, because this, to me, is the best that MiBR has looked all season. Despite choking away that second map, they showed some great things. The prep work was there. The individuals were playing fantastically. For the first time, they looked confident. They looked like it was a well-put-together team.
Yeah, what a recovery, right? From map 2 to map 3 after letting that one slip through their fingers. And you may have seen on the stat screen there, here in this third and final map of Lotus, it was actually 10-10 in first kills between the teams. So for you to win by a 6-round differential, when you've eliminated an equivalent number of first kills, that means they're converting a lot of 4v5s there, Sean.
Yeah, I mean, I told Mimi when the game started something we could have said during the break was 100 Thieves comp versus this comp on Lotus. They were gonna have trouble fighting A alone, right? With a Jet, Sky, Killjoy. There's not a lot of util to stop the rush. And because of that, it felt like MiBR just had so much control over such a pivotal area of the map, which was A-long.
This is the grossest thing I've ever seen in competitive Valorant.
Yeah.
The grossest thing I've ever seen. Jumps into the smoke, gets the knife, over the wall, jump, peek, right click with the classic to kill a second on the defuse and close the game out. Assistant coach
And that's how the season
that.
ends. That's how the season ends for 100 Thieves, to a play like that. It's absolutely absurd. But yeah, credit to MiBR. I think they played the strongest game they have thus far this season. Find a huge upset that's massive for them, massive for EG now making it into playoffs, but so tragic for 100 Thieves.
Absolutely. Sets MiBR up nicely for the LCQs, which we wait on bated breath to see if they'll be able to make it through there. And then, as you say, we turn our attention to 100 Thieves and saying goodbye to them. Again, for many, that's going to be a bit of a shock. The fate was entirely in their own hands today. Win and you're in, lose and you're out. And unfortunately, today we came up tails.
Yeah, it's so tragic. I mean, like we said it, we keep saying it. MiBR was a team that had lost 10 straight maps, and they steal this series from 100 Thieves, who needed the win to make playoffs today.
And for 100 Thieves, I think the inconsistency came back to bite them. They had games throughout this season where they looked incredible, where players were popping off individually, where the game plan was really working. Even just last week, beating Furia, hopes were high for this squad. But this week, they couldn't make it happen when it mattered most.
I felt like today was just like a microcosm of their entire
It really was.
stage. Yeah,
It's like you have one map that's really bad, and then they look
Yeah.
incredible for a map, and then it all falls apart again.
They start terribly in a series. They come back with some insane comeback. Everyone's riled up, and then they just fall flat.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this right here. That's our
my
future
God.
Demon 1 on the screen right there, because as 100 Thieves is sadly eliminated from playoff contention, it's EG who is sneaking through just under the line there. They'll grab the 6th spot.
He's got a lot of hair. Well, he had a lot of hair.
He had a lot of
Past
hair.
tense in that
Exactly,
one.
exactly.
But what a massive moment for EG. I mean, you're just watching this game. You have like your champion going out there in MiBR, and you're just praying they can make it happen.
Actually true, though. Evil
Yeah,
Genius is
some
making
deal
a
had
deal
to
with the
have been
devil.
made.
Oh, too good, though. I mean, and now, right, now we got to consider what EG can do in the playoff picture, right? Because this is also one of those teams that's been hard for us to kind of pin down all throughout the split, right? Citing at times their incredible creativity and deep strategic playbook. But in a sense, similar to both 100 Thieves and MiBR, on some days, if the players just aren't hitting their shots, doesn't matter how strategically minded you are, right? You're just not going to come away with the wins. And so it's, you know, pressure's still on for them to perform once they make it into those first few games.
Yeah, I can't wait to see playoffs. And I do want to thank MiBR a little bit, because what they did was made my hot take wrong. We will have an NA team at Tokyo
That's true.
based on the bracket.
Yeah,
because
okay, well,
EG
speaking of, let me pull up the standings, then we'll dive into the bracket so people can go ahead and put a picture to it all. With the last
fairly
match on the stage in the books here, there you have it. Our playoff picture is locked. Loud with the number 1 seed, Cloud9 with the number 2. They will each have buys in the first part of the playoff picture. From there, you get to NRG in 3rd position, Leviathan 4th, Furia 5th, and Evil Geniuses in 6th. So now that we have finished week 8 of competition, that means our playoff bracket is locked in. Let's see if we can get a look at it. Because then I'm curious, as you were mentioning, Sean, to kind of work through why it is that we're guaranteed to see an NA team at Tokyo.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the bottom half of the bracket, the way it's split. NRG plays EG, the winner will play Cloud9, and the winner of that match is going to Tokyo.
So we get 1 NA and 1 SA team.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Going through.
So random how that panned out like that. That's insane.
And it's all because that seeding there. EG, they do make it to playoffs, but they have the scary proposition of being that 6th seed and having to rematch against NRG. That's a team that they just lost to, so very scary game going in for them. But on the other side, Leviathan versus Furia, the 2nd best Brazilian team versus probably the best LATAM team, but one who's been struggling. The question is, can either of those teams who have been slumping make a resurgence, maybe even challenge Loud in that 2nd round?
I'm particularly curious about that matchup simply because of the conversations that have existed around both Leviathan and Furia at different points within this within the stage, right? Where they have each been touted by different pundits and individuals as potential number 1 in the league. And so while they haven't shown us necessarily those high highs as of recent, they can always find that form again and really be a threat in the postseason picture. Now, I got good news for all of you at home. You do not have to wait long to get more VCT Americas action. The VCT Americas playoff starts this Tuesday, and 1 hour later, so the broadcast goes live at 12:30 Pacific as opposed to 11:30 Pacific. We'll kick things off with Furia versus Leviathan, and then it's a Week 8 rematch with NRG taking on Evil Geniuses once again. Give me your thoughts, Mimi, on those two kickoff matchups.
That game is going to be so cool between NRG and EG. Like we were talking about, it just happened. It was a 2-0, but really, what has EG learned from that? They've been given this gift of getting into playoffs from a MiBR. Can they make something out of it? Because the last few weeks, they've started to look pretty darn good.
You know I'm excited about that game, but I'm also actually excited about the other game to see the relative forms of like Furia and Leviathan, who've both been slumping, right? Can they turn things around in the playoffs? Are they holding back any punches? And that game just seems like it's going 3 maps.
Well, we will have plenty of time to preview all of those matches next week when we get the broadcast rolling. For now, we're going to shut things down here, close out the first ever regular stage of VCT Americas. And thank you so much for watching. It's been an incredible 8 weeks, and we are just getting started. We'll see you Tuesday at the playoffs. Here's your Prime Gaming post-stage highlights. And until next time, stay healthy, stay safe, and be good to each other, all right? Good night.
A new era of Valorant esports starts today. This is it. We're coming at you live from the Riot Games Arena in Los Angeles. And all I see in Twitch chat is, where's Tarek? Where's little bro? Is Tarek asleep? Yeah, that's right. There's your Tarek now. Here he is. Go ahead, wave to the camera, Tarek.
5 HP per second, and Saucy gets 3. Austin not able to do it the 4th for him.
We finally have a studio audience, all 10 teams from 3 different regions coming together. It's going to be so exciting to get into this one.
I'm excited. My legs are shaking a little bit. Go Valorant. Let's go, baby. Let's get hype in the chat.
And it seems to be working beautifully, but MW Zera
With a third! The big and gets the ace here for Furia! Who doesn't love free candy? I do. Look at me.
Lockdown not cleared, utility still littering the map. And it's RGL, does it again?
2 players have been dropped for EG. Make that even 3. And then the transfer from Wallbang onto Jogimo. What the are you guys doing?
We've got to talk about the man of the match, the player of the match. We have a couple of options here. Wingman.
Yep. On cue. It's a 4 versus 2.
Bang.
Demon looking to answer back onto a 3rd into this round. It's now Bang. Oh, looking for the transfer. And he's going to get it.
Yeah.
The energy in here is like nothing else. So you guys gotta get out here. Come show out. I guarantee you will not regret it.
It means that you can make any player bald. And for NRG, right now, every single player has hair on their head, which is something that I can't stand for as a fan of that team.
We have a deal.
My pleasure, gentlemen.
Oh my God.
Enjoy your new
bald
products.
buff.
Thank you so much.
Let's actually send it over to Sean Garris, who's going to be standing by over by the telestrator. Sean,
We are going to be moving beyond best of 3 matches and trophies into phase 2. We're talking about the VCT Cinematic Universe.
Hit a couple. They've been able to mow them down. Stellar gets 4. Stellar gets the ace with 1 bullet.
I love the support. Thank you guys for your support.
Jake's being so pesky, and he gets 2 clean shots out from him. The 3rd falls. No. Underdogs no longer. Cloud9 take down 100 Thieves.
This can make your chances of playoffs or put you in a position where it's almost impossible to come back.
There's the saucy prequel film.
I don't know that I'll be able to unsee that. What a cheeky wall, but an excellent response from NZR. In the face of the reckoning, Stellar with nothing to do.
All of the evil geniuses have managed to combine together and only win maps of Heretics this year.
My stomach's churning, my head's exploding. I'm just in a nervous wreck right now.
Dashing forward, but traded off by Jogimo. Cleans up more kills around the cove. Oh, that's his own ring right there.
Can I get a yeah?
Swing, a punish from Bang, potentially now flooding right down. Waterfall straight into the sightline of Klaus.
Bueno, vamos cruz.
Yeah?
Yeah? Are you good?
Are you,
yeah,
is
no,
that the
I'm
truth?
great.
Loud Puppies, an animated series about the dogs of Loud.
Pushed up through 4 kills for Kawazine.
This arena is sick. I couldn't have experienced Valorant better in person, honestly.
We have to talk about Finesse, or should I say, the player formerly known as Finesse. Do you think our players have any concept of how we're gonna use the photos when they come in for acid? They they're like, really?
Oh, no.
No, don't pull this clip of me falling.
Well, potentially opened himself up there to many, many angles, but backs away to safety. Now a flash as well, pushing it back, comes out of this. Oh my word.
With playoffs only weeks away, every match is do or die, and every single round counts.
We were due a shorty kill, weren't we? We were due a shorty
I'm
kill.
actually being told that a new Kaplan video just dropped.
Save 10% on a Mar jersey if you use the code. Really? The code is.
At least a kill. A second one from Venkata. Can he actually get it done? A fourth headshot on the Chocobo. A 1 versus 1. He gets the ace.
What really matters is getting some good, high-quality daps. Okay. Wow, what do you guys rate that one?
That was a 9.
And it's all data, numbers, ones and zeros, but we're not sharing how we feel about these teams and players.
I don't give a
Yes, sir.
Maybe Ashhead can do something about this. So he's gotten the first kill on Cowboys. He gets the second on. Okay, this kid's good.
I thought it was going to go 2-0 Sentinels, but at this point, I'm going to switch sides and root for EG.
Ethan makes a meal out of Leviathan. Let's go! Anything for a dub.
I'm a knower. Exhibit A. Slide.
Stop starting so slow. Start starting better and stomp 100 Thieves because we are better.
He's reloading and he stays. And the fourth. And gets the ace with a second no-scope.
We have a bingo. OT win.
That's really good cosplay.
You're on camera, bro.
You guys look great.
And this week, we are going to flip the cursed coin on air and find out if we need to call an exorcist.
QCK, same spot. Oh gosh, there's still so much damage from the same place. They return to the scene of the crime.
That's a very light coin. Oh,
So you're predicting 100 Thieves are going to lose today?
the coin.
That's
the
what
coin
the coin
is
has
spoken.
said. Oh, there's a volley. They're seized in the volley.
Stellar does not care. Stellar does not care.
This is going to be my most hard-hitting piece of analysis you've ever seen on the broadcast.
MiBR are moving up to try to take control of Heaven. On a different level. Reload for a fourth kill.
And the hype is going up, and it's looking exponential.
Oh my gosh. First misses, the second does not. Nice run.
Nice. What is the name of Yoru's Flash? Benita, what are you thinking here?
Flash?
Victor is just holding the off angle, catches the first one. Back to the last ones. Energy will get the series, clinching the playoff spot.
Did you make this? Yeah, I made this because I'm a fan.
You know, if I was such a child, would I have been able to make a cake?
I think children can bake, yeah.
Down the ball line, he's gonna take the fight, and they're both weak! They were both weak, and it's a clutch for Zelsis!
Can we cut a slice and feed it to Golden Boy, in fact?
Oh man, that's good.
We've been listening to your feedback and.
They're just looking for a pick, but they can't find one. Showstopper comes back in! My goodness! It's a slaughter!
All right, Sean, I think this bit's up. Why don't you get on out of here?
You want to play the contact. And as soon as it comes
One,
down,
two.
Victor gets 2, 3. That was a showstopper, connects on the com.
No, he
That was
doesn't.
a right
No, he
click.
doesn't.
The shield falls as well.
You know that's making the video.
So let's play map memory. Mimi, you're up first. How confident you feeling?
0 out of
0% confident. That's what I like to hear.
Jake alive, but not for much longer. Not when Kesnet is this active and he's got that confidence. Doesn't land a second shot. He's denied! Denied! No! Okay.
Let's find out how close Mimi actually was.
Who let her cook? Who let her cook?
And an easy one for Loud. Just to confirm now, they're #1 seed going into the playoffs.
It's time for the playoffs dating game.
Describe your season in one word.
Resilient. We're the type of team that no one will believe in us, and we'd still go to Tokyo.
Rattled and taken out.
Oh, that was a lot of words.
You couldn't have asked for more. Cryo. 3, 4. Will he make it 5? Round the side. Ace to finish.
Well, Dash is selected team #2. Let's go over and meet your lovely
My
match.
goodness. Wow, you are so tall. And that's a wrap on the inaugural stage of VCT Americas. It has been a wild 8 weeks, and we're just getting started. 6 teams will do battle in our first stage of playoffs, and 1 will be crowned champion. Thanks for watching.